Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. We're playing a pale draconian conjurer of Heplealcalcana, and we're still working on clearing out the dungeon, having finished Lair and recently Orc. Dungeon 12 has proven a bit tricky. There are a number of hydras on the loose, as I recall. I was just looking at my defenses, and my armor and evasion are not that great. There's not much I can do about my armor as a draconian. But, I don't know, I feel like I'm pretty fragile at this point. We've been training a lot of fighting, so we have a fair amount of hit points, but, I don't know, something to keep an eye on, I guess. And it's time to memorize regeneration, yes. So that we can... Well, I'll stick with it so we can head towards Animate Dead. But, start work on Necromancy. I'll let Invocations hit level 8, I guess, and then stop training it. Alright, back to Dungeon 12. Let's see if we can take these hydras out in a bit more of a controlled fashion. Alright, that did a good job with him, I think. Okay, well, we lost International, but no big deal. See, the Explosive Prism is still, pretty good. It just is something you have to use when you can afford all the noise. Like, considering how little experience we've put into training that spell, it does a tremendous amount of damage, doesn't it? Ooh. This is a little bit gross. Well, let's put a prism behind them, I suppose. And regen. Try to down the Manticore. Didn't really do much at all to him, in fact. Here comes the Hydra as well. Yikes! And we're barbed. Well, that's what this stupid prism did, I guess. There's me, once again, using the prism as if it was good for me, and it's, once again, not. If I weren't barbed, I could just blink away. Well, I would step southeast and then blink so that I don't end up blinking towards the Hydra, which is what I think would probably happen if I tried it now. Let's use the lightning rod? No, I'll wait. I'd rather the Hydra be in view for that. The Wand of Scattershot is probably pretty good right now, actually. Against the Manticore, anyway. The Orc Knight has a lot of armor, so it won't do much to him, I suspect. The Lamp of Fire does reach all the way down there. It seems pretty okay. Well, we got the Manticore anyway. And now International's gonna set herself on fire, isn't she? Okay. Let's see if we can take this guy out. Alright, this was... too much bravado. Alright, let's quaff heal wounds here. Try to finish off the Orc Knight. Still no. Alright, we got him. Let's train some Dex. She learned Paralyze. Now let's teleport away, because this Hydra's coming around the corner any moment now. And a blink. There. Now, we don't want to walk any further away because of the barbs. Let's just quaff a little curing. Oh, and regen. Okay. Well, That didn't go great. I think we've, like, sort of underestimated Hydras because we've been running into a number of them who are less than 8-headed. And the Orc Knight... Ah! Wow. Did not mean to walk into him. I meant to hit X to examine him or something like that. Oh, we confused him. Good work, International. Well, that'll take care of him. Alright, Invocations is done, so let's just leave it at that. Another Manticore. That's interesting. There's this Death Knight. Alright, I guess we can clear those exclusions. We already fought these monsters. Confusion is unlikely to be that effective. We can try to blind him. But all by himself, he should not be a huge issue, I think. We're sort of relying... Man, regen does not last long at this very, very low skill level. We're sort of relying on a fairly unreliable source of damage in... yeah, sure, enchant the gloves, right? There's no other gloves lying around. Yeah. The Trident is a very unreliable source of damage. Usually, like, it doesn't really do much at all unless the lightning goes off, right? Or the electricity. Which means that we're in sort of bad shape fighting against... I don't know. The main problem with Hydras is that they are very spiky, right? They deal... they have a large number of attacks, which usually miss. But if they do hit, they can do a lot of damage. And so, like, you can tab a Hydra for quite a few turns and take no damage at all, and then suddenly take a whole bunch. And I think this problem is exacerbated by... having an unreliable source of damage as well, where, like, it's basically just luck whether it does anything at all. Alright, we're carrying too many duplicate wands here. I won't need amnesia while I'm in there, or mapping. And let's see what these other scrolls... These scrolls are brand weapon. Interesting. Well, there was a glaive. There's a bunch of glaives, so we have upgrades available if we should want them at some point. Have we even identified enchant weapon yet? We haven't. Okay, so we're probably carrying one. Oh, and how about... One of my wands is almost empty, isn't it? Yeah, my Wand of Confusion's almost empty, but we've got another. I don't think I want to spend recharging on it. Oh. I don't think I've seen this Bailey before. Have I? Oh, maybe I have. Is this one that, like, used to have potions of experience in it? I don't know. What's up with this fighter? He's pretty scary. A Minotaur fighter with a weapon of chaos. I'd be interested to find out how he died. Probably related to that weapon of chaos, if I had to guess. Well, we should make sure we can get to the exit. What's his magic resistance? Is like okay. Yeah. But I think it's fine to idealize here. And okay, yeah, he doesn't have lightning resistance. Come on, get killed. Very good. Alright, that was fine. Good work, International. I don't know how much you helped, but you were idealized, so that's nice. What is this vault? Oh, it's... Okay, I have... they have sort of increasing... There's like 3 or maybe 4 combat rooms with enemies of increasing difficulty, I guess. International, you're gonna get yourself killed again. And a million pole arms from all these gnolls, but probably nothing very good. Yeah, just some like +0 halberds. Alright, I'm gonna go scout around the edge, make sure there is nothing funny going on. Okay. So this should be a bunch of orcs if I had to guess? No, more gnolls. Maybe I don't know this Bailey after all. It certainly isn't the one I thought it was anyway. Just a bunch of gnolls. Weird. Oh, good paralysis there. It seems like a pretty lame Bailey? Right? Like, oh, an enchanted halberd. Gimme. +3. Okay. So that's something we could possibly switch to. Substantially more base damage. Doesn't have electricity, but it would be a lot more reliable. And it's not like we're missing out on any shields since we're not using it. The fact that it's two-handed is not a big downside, is what I'm saying. What is going on here? Nothing too interesting, I guess. Okay. I saw one of them get healed, and I thought maybe something funny was going on, but it was just null shamans being null shamans. Okay. Well, I mean, it had some pretty good loot. Sack of spiders and a fan of gales. Both things I'm happy to get. Let's just finish exploring, make sure we found everything. Yep. Alright. Well, nice easy Bailey, I guess. Easier than Dungeon, honestly. Dungeon 12 was a mess. I've been saying things are a mess a lot recently. I don't know exactly what made me start using that turn of phrase. Probably something I was listening to that I just sort of picked up on somewhere. Don't really remember where. Boy, all these monsters are real easy. I'm sure there's going to be more difficult stuff eventually, so, you know. Given that Dungeon 12 was rather difficult, I should not be too cavalier about Dungeon 13 just because it seems interesting. Alright, we can charge a Centaur Warrior. Oh, he's dead. How's regen looking anyway? Still, like, weak, but, and I bet I can memorize Animate Dead now, right? Yeah. Let's stop training spellcasting when it gets to 6, I guess. There's more spells I would happily memorize, but none of them are particularly urgent. Let's grab an ogre as well. There's a lot of alt cards. Regen, I guess. But now we've got like a small army to work with, which is nice. We're kind of getting cornered here. Let's leave. Somehow International died and I wasn't really looking, I guess. Okay, we're going up. And there we go. Yaks. Well, you know what? Let's keep running away from them. We're a bit weak at the moment. No sense risking it. Although yaks are pretty trivial. There are some yak corpses around the corner here I'd like to introduce you guys to. Alright, just one, I guess. Oh, the cyan ugly thing is probably not very impressed by this trident, huh? Let's wield the halberd. And switch back, since now the vault guard is immediately adjacent. International has paralyzed the cyan ugly thing, so it ought to die pretty quick now. Yeah, she daggered it to death. Yeah, I could use more spell power on regen. It's not healing me very much XP or HP per casting, but it's still useful. Yeah, he's blind, and we can tab him. Fine. I guess you can also cast it multiple times before the combat starts to make it last longer, which is a bit silly, but oh, I probably should have made that guy into a zombie, not chopped him up. Yeah, vault cards are pretty tough, actually, it turns out. But see how long that regen lasted because I cast it like 9 times? Pretty cool, I guess. You know what? Let's just forget Magic Dart. It's not really doing much for us anymore. Pretty good, spray, dazzling spray. Got several of them dazzled, even though it didn't really matter, I guess. Why is International fall behind? I guess the skeletons were sort of tripping her up. Alright, we're on dungeon 14. So, of course, should have made that a zombie. Gotta get in that habit. Of course, dungeon 15 is the biggest danger, but it should be getting progressively more dangerous. It's just a rather unreliable progression. This is all junk. We should have some orcs after all this, I guess. Man, I shouldn't be miscasting it that much, I don't think. Just bad luck, I guess. Oh, I forgot to pick up the stuff I dropped before I headed into the Bailey. Should go back for that. Like, in particular, I was reminded of that because it was a scroll of magic mapping that I found, and I was like, oh, I should have another one of these, but I don't anymore. Yeah, so this is not really where I expected our Conjurer to go. In terms of oh, am I still training spellcasting? Knock it off. In terms of, like, direction of of our character's progression, but, you know, seems to be working out okay. Okay, well, let's get International back here, at least. Maybe our zombies will find us, maybe they won't. Tengu Conjurer with Battle Sphere, yeah, sure. Oh, that's my zombie friends. I didn't even notice. I was like, wow, there's a lot of monsters here. Better dazzling spray them. Turns out, not the case. Alright, let's see how these guys do against a Hydra. They did pretty well, right? I think. They deserve... Oh, good Paralyze. I'm talking to her like she's a puppy, but good Paralyze International. Good girl. Let's get that Hydra zombie on our side. Necromancy is level 7. Things are looking up. And just like... Remember, there are basically an unlimited number of... we have an unlimited supply of high-level spells in any school we choose to pursue, including Necromancy. There's more conjurations if we want those. Sure, get a Sky Beast. You know what? I'm happy with my Amulet of Faith for now. Okay, let's see what scrolls we have. Where did it go? Capital K. Vulnerability. Okay. Let's go grab this stuff from the Bailey, as I was saying. E. Oh, I guess I didn't really need the rest of it. I dropped it because it was no good at all. Wow, it's been a... I thought it was about time to end this video, but it's been pretty short so far. We cleared those last couple floors pretty easily. So we'll try to get Dungeon 15 in. That should take substantially longer. Thank goodness a scroll of blinking. I was not happy being out of those. Exploring Dungeon 15 pretty carefully because, of course, we have not yet found the end vault, and it can be a dangerous place. And I don't want to be caught unprepared. And hey, if we can have some orcs... Oh, here it is. Found it! This definitely looks like Gamma Funk's sort of graveyard ending, I think. Or entry vault, I suppose, to the depths, rather than ending of the dungeon. Let's idealize her. This is going to be a bit nasty. Probably. Yeah, actually, it's quite nasty, and I'm really in very bad shape. That happened quickly. I gotta remember how fragile we are. And how tough skeletal warriors are. I should give them more credit. Let's just teleport out before things get worse. Okay. Well, that was exciting. That is clearly a somewhat dangerous tactical position, as well as all of the monsters in it being relatively dangerous. I should try to... Oh, a buckler. I don't really need these stones. I don't know. They're kind of handy for like getting monsters' attention. I don't need the wand of random effects, though. Anyway, I should try to do this fight over, but like not all at once, I suppose you could say. Looks like I dropped the stones, which I didn't really mean to do. I changed my mind about it, but it's fine. Invisible dudes. International can see it though, right? So I'll just follow her. Okay, here we go. Where's he going? Alright, we got him trapped. Good work, International. Just try to fight a couple of these monsters at once instead of all of them. And we should have a better time of it. Or, you know, leave them alone for now. It's not critical that we get going into depths right away. Ooh. Double sword's pretty good. I'm not really keen on spreading my experience out from polearms into the long blades, but if it were good enough, I might consider it. It's not that much experience to get a new skill up to 16 or so in the grand scheme of things. Alright, this is too many monsters. Let's go. Okay. Can we handle just one Phantasmal Warrior, me and International together? Let's find out. We got him 2-on-1'd. Yes, very good. Look at that, she hit him with 2 exclamation points. Good work, lady. I should remember I have regen. That's like... We're training exclusively necromancy and have been for some time. I should make use of those skills. Where is Death Channel these days? Is it not in the Book of Death? That's where I would have expected to find it. Dispel Undead would be actually remarkably useful right now since we're fighting a bunch of zombies and stuff. Let's go get that. It's not... I don't have it with me, right? I have Control Undead. I mean, obviously controlling them is better than dispelling them. Haha. But it has to pass some checks to do anything at all. Which is why it's actually lower level than Dispel Undead, which always hits and does quite a bit of damage. More at higher spell power anyway, but still. So do we not have any... Oh, it must be Book of Unlife that has Death Chan and Simulacrum, all the really high level stuff. Yeah. We're not... Oh, wow. We are, like, kind of ready to cast that. That would help a lot. Huh. Right? If we could take that into... Spider? Have a bunch of ghost spiders fighting each other? That'd be pretty cool. Although I suppose we would go to Swamp first. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Let's go grab that then, shall we? Book of Unlife. Or maybe there's a copy in this... No, okay. Well, let's just go grab that then. Another one that's back on that shop on Dungeon 4. And, I think that this necromancy stuff will be pretty good and useful. That's my plan. We're investing a lot in it, so we really should make sure to get enough value out. Who's this buckler? I don't know. Doesn't really help that much. But for a very small fee, we could get it up and going. It's just a question of whether I want to invest 4 points into shields, or if I should like plan to switch to pole arms or something. I don't know. Whatever. Let's not wear that for now. Okay, here we have... Now, of course, we could look into the Book of Frost as well and pick up basically Azukuba's armor is all we would want from it. But I'm not really that keen on it. Sort of would rather focus on necromancy for a while now. Yes, buy items, pick up C, the Book of Unlife. Let me just double check that is the one with the spell we want. Yes. Okay. Yes. Do I have any spells I don't want anymore? No, we're still using all of these a little bit. You know what? I should just drop Fulminant Prism. And let's try wielding this sword, see what that's all about. It's vampiric. Interesting. Well, that's fine, I guess. +3, bad. Yeah, it's not any good. Yes. Okay, now we can pick up this book. Go grab Amnesia. Huh! I searched for AMN and it gave me the scroll I'm carrying. Very funny. I don't think I've ever had any random unknown scrolls with the letters AMN in them before. Okay, so let's forget. Don't touch any keys till you found the right one. Let's forget. Fulminant Prism is what we want to do. That's on P. Now we can memorize Death Channel. Yep. Put it on D, and let's head to the swamp. I think is probably fine to get started there, but we can do that in the next episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.